maybe 2022. Maybe we have a shake-up. Maybe it's not China that wins. Maybe it's not Korea that wins.
But game, you're like, chances to you, like,
You know, I always claimed that Onyx was, you know,
what's the global championship? So that's the way. Yeah, win PGIS.
yes.
One of the biggest prize pools. Good compound, but once you get down to those teams, once you're putting yourself into those spots where you have to play high ground down into another spot, you're not going to get far. But they managed to squeeze good amount.
No, I think though. I was gonna say, that was gonna be nice. Yeah, there is. Well,
it's called that in game for a long time.
Oh, I know this is you.
I mean, well, ways to. I mean, is that 100% you commit to that? You're right.
Is you can't really near it that much.
No,
to be
exactly.
perfectly honest with you, I'm not in England that much.
So like, it's like inside battles for you guys in the United Kingdom, football and everything. It's not 100%.
Welsh don't. Or English
In football, no, definitely they hate each other.
Okay, moving on. Let's look at more North American teams as well. We've got Luminosity Gaming coming in. We've had a good few chats with them here, and I think with the way that kind of these circles condensed down, it was going to be difficult for them to wiggle into the middle of this one.
Yeah, it was practically impossible. I like the way they moved the decision to go into a spot where you're making your last macro rotation with a vehicle to get as many points as possible. Getting fourth from that, getting a few points from the money to get is obviously as you can squeeze out of this here. So yeah, not true they got fourth, but ranked 6 in total points because they didn't get that many kills.
Yeah. So we'll see if downline.
Just a little bit of spice in from the Australia. One of the more expensive players. We had the pleasure of talking with Purdy before we started here. It's like, Luminosity, very nice. Thanks.
A little bit told me Penta, and then item 2.
Purdy, like, I'll put him as my captain, and I'll put him in all the 8 spots possible.
Allowed, no, you can't do this.
It's fantastic. He's setting it up. We both picked copy.
Yes,
they had a good position, but then again, they got third player from multiple sides, and they ended up kind of being roughened out a little bit and didn't get as much. You did get a good opening frag on to take me away.
I mean, if anything that I liked from Polish Power to start things off, they went to high priority compound super early.
Of course, playing with broke a little part in his foot.
He did
to play football. That's very unfortunate. But they were happy to tell us that no pain, no nothing. He's done everything, and he's going to be fine here. In 6 weeks, he's going to be able to walk again.
There you go. There you go. And that's why maybe in the opening video you did see him being pushed in on a wheelchair.
Yeah,
he has some crutches as well, but he'll be good. He'll be good. It's fair to say. But I think with them in on that east side, having a bit of a rough time to find exactly where they needed to be, and the third parties coming in, it was going to be always a little bit rough for
general. If you don't get one of the mid shacks, it is so rough. You have to fight your way. The expendable, they did super well the amount of kills. All of Miltap, but they didn't have time. And also, there's only, so they couldn't get out of smoke. They couldn't push out of Miltap, try to backstab on that salt.
Making a great hair. There you have it. I mean, it's just. Just to go back to the situation that we were not able to go to North George, we saw drop adjustments here, there, and everywhere around farm area with Ty Lu, etc.
So in general, obviously, and Ty Lu, which were of course for PUBG, and then the expendables and there's a kind of fight. So ended up being pushed away to kind of what they across, and they got the big compound there, but they didn't get farm and they didn't get kind of snake and everything else. So
I like the minimum
with the power, which is what control the grid completely locked down.
Very interesting indeed. We're on that west side, along with the contentions from their regional brethren, unfortunately. But again, when you see these, exactly, they're great in their region and they kind of learn so much from one another. So when, say for example, a good regional rotation go or claim these compounds, and they oftentimes bump into one another.
Yeah, and that obviously happens. Wildcats on the one side here, they are general forward seeing, Adam continue to frag out here with Mega Muko and Nikos.
That's true. And what was interesting about them holding off Genji well is that we were looking at it thinking to ourselves, it's kind of slow here up in the north. And entry point, there's a barrier of teams that you're going to get through that maybe could have an alternate path.
Personally, I hate being inside of those militant power circles. Where you come same paths as many other teams. Yeah, Genji situation where they're forced in the northern side. Wildcard kind of in the blue. I'm shooting a few. We had some names from Genji and some scrappy fights on the northern side, or what ended up being no terrain that they could with the game.
An interesting as for Genji fantasy. So Spear was not fielded, which to me is an interesting notion. Just from me, I think Spear is an excellent player. Still playing.
Yes. Playing kind of like before. In general, it is a 5-man roster. They can be making swaps in and out. Feel like it, and it could be just that you have more of an analytical approach and strategy. Oh, it's actually a little bit of a delay here. Maybe some. It's actually a has those issues.
Yeah, we had time for a minute, so hopefully before this game begins. We did quick this is a team that down towards that
ticket area west of so we're quite for you. Personally, while we're talking fantasy team,
27,000, I think. This is, this is why I do feel like this fantasy teams I've ever picked.
Yeah,
like
and it could pay off. Be detrimental to your last place.
Normally I'm quite the conservative pick when it
25 to 20k, something 30, but in that kind of region. But we had so many interesting and in general fantasy choices here. You had some here group, also group A as well, but especially here there are some really interesting choices. So we're playing with Polish Power, all of them being super cheap. EBL for me, I felt like Smash Code Marco was super cheap as well, 17,000 I believe. So, yeah.
Notably, they were Code Marco and Smash the last lot when it came to that game. I think that when you look at this roster, yes, Tenderloss and Quetpa, they're great players, but Smash and Code Marco oftentimes steal the show.
Insane experience these two guys have obviously playing together. The dynamic grow, but yeah, I was hoping to see them rotate a little bit earlier. As we were talking about while the game was going, like, why are they not taking more control on the southern side, trying to get kind of in the southeast side? They're staying a little bit too long in. There's so many teams fighting, and you're kind of when you're only a 2-man at that point. After that later, you're playing salvage planes to kind of get as many points as you can here. Got 2 points from that game, so obviously getting 6th place.
Yeah, Ash worked extremely hard for the position that he's found himself in terms of in-game and power that he now has. We've witnessed it. We've witnessed the progression of the European region, which is awesome.
2 years have been great for them.
Yeah. No, definitely. All right, well, we're just a few more moments out here. Thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen, as you listen to the Colaris and Avenger podcast. It's Metricore, again, who were on a bit of a salvage mission in the previous game, thanks to 17 bopping 2 of their members. But even when Axe left on salvage missions, he's still able to do something.
Yes, it was a good trap that 17 game was able to set up for that. Being able to get those 2 early on was, sometimes phase 1, you want to rotate a little bit more, you want to kind of check it out, but you don't hear anyone shooting. You want to drive one of the priority compounds in phase 1.
Yeah.
Maybe not expecting it. So it's a good trap there set up for AZ and Ixlef able to close that one down and be able to get a good amount of points. Salvage, as you say, is obviously something that you're hoping to do. When you're only 2 life, you're in salvage mission. You get as many points as possible. In your other games where they're going to be 4 life, we know they're going to be dropping double wins and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried and happy to see that they get as many points from a 2-man show.
No doubt. So take a look at the stage, and notably, all the tiers and things like that looks like the Burj Khalifa, huh?
Yeah, you pointed that out to me. I'm like, yeah, that's actually right. Yeah. In general, I love this area because the way that we've built and in here, actually, what you're seeing is just replica, the futuristic replica of my kind of here. I love the team that we have here. A little bit of a player issue.
Speaking of which, not that long. The game. This is ridiculous. And a very ring they want to build around the Burj Khalifa. Like the it. Insane.
Some of the stars are absolutely amazing.
It's CGI.
Really?
It really is.
There's some of the frames, some of the machines are losing crazy, but some of the machines, some of the builds that have been doing it's insane. Obviously, still we're the tallest building in the world, 26 meters or whatever it is. Insane structure. When I got there, yeah.
Ah, okay, I see. So you've not been up yet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How
I'm a little
far off you go?
I think one time ago that I went up. Anyway,
some 100 meters. Nice.
Oh yes. Oh, it's a great view.
This frame that you said we should have a big picture.
But the picture
it's
PGC
150 meters tall.
It's
so
all I
the
need.
frame of Dubai.
All I need is a giant picture of Marsalek in. What should I put about being third on the?
If you get the MVP of this tournament and you get your picture in the frame of Dubai, 150 meters tall.
To be fair, though, actually, there's been a lot of Avenger past. Somebody just no, me. Brilliant. That's brilliant. But realistically speaking, when you look at Korean rosters as well as our Chinese rosters, in that frame would be one of them at the end of PC. I'm excited to see.
We have no idea. We're just thinking we're making this up. We're like, that'd be amazing.
To a very long tournament.
So you're thinking eventually have it. The first stage, then see it again.
I'm not in a dream state. I'm just appreciate it. All right. Well, still not fixed, but we'll get Avenger. What is your song? Never mind the Thomas.
Thank you very much. So if I have to sit there and listen to I could.
Good.
I could. That's good.
With what you said on this, where they you nice comments about them.
Yeah, everybody makes fun of me.
Yeah, pretty knowledgeable.
I mean, okay, that is a tough gig right there. The boys pull off the flying colors. So thank you so much. True. But we are in the plane, and we are in game number 2 after seeing E United bring a little bit of their American Milton dominance to the international stage. We get another far southern player.
Snake is playing in the shack now, so really favor North. Also, as much Polish. I know we might actually never see it because the play where they got out.
It's just not favoring it this time around. So, interestingly enough, I mean, even if it keeps going that way, I mean, what if we wait till you're in game 9, game 10, next time you're here and go there high. So
yeah, because game. I mean, came to the position game ended in rather easily, but they knew how to bring very important when talking end games. Because yes, as much as you can have 9 circles go your way, you still have to beat teams that are pretty damn good. This time around, though, it ain't gonna be one of those decent circles. Quite the contrary.
Let's flip it on its head and go all the way over to the southwest circle that we did see yesterday. Similar one that kind of finished up right around there where a doozy is.
Yeah.
Donowa win. Yeah, it was very close. It was
should have been a Twisted Minds win, if you ask Patulins.
Yeah.
We were discussing it backstage.
We butted heads on this one pretty hard. I thought I agreed with those points. Take a look at your kill leaderboard there. Kickstart at the top so far with 4, as he was more than willing to remind me between games that he's like, hey, yeah, show did really good last game. Thanks, Kick. I appreciate it, man. He's mad that I didn't pick him as a captain.
I mean, and now he gets to rub it in.
Well,
how better does he get?
You know what? I'll take it.
You still got him on your team, so it's not like you're missing out on points. You just could have had it doubled up.
I will take it on the chin every single time. If anybody, I see these guys do as well as possible. I'd love to see BBL step up here and something.
Yeah.
Those boys,
I mean,
they got a good position in this circle here.
I was going to say it's a buffet, and it's for the taking with the exclusion of him, but I don't know why you go down there. And so like this, especially knowing the question mark is towards the south. But speaking of the circle, while it is far southwest, the path not forced, but a lot of teams are on that southern belt between Milta and Primorsk, which is going to mean that we are going to see, could only imagine, quite a cluster of rotation of the few teams opting to go like south of pubg in towards the open fields west of there. Whereas I wouldn't be surprised to see 4, maybe even 5 teams actually up to go north of Rostock, all the way north towards the North River, just to make sure that their entry point goes to Southern Plain, and teams oftentimes like to play it more safe here in the early tournament. So Polish Power, potentially even E United as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see them just do a hot raid, maybe even going through North George to make their way into the circle.
On the flip side of that, we have down here on the south a little bit of a situation. We're taking a look at taking away gaming after looting up military base. We have LG. They're already on West Bridge.
Yeah.
And often Nova, wild card, finishing up. They've got Waikamukau on the north side of that eastern bridge. So getting close to each other as LG. Man, it looks like they just sent it right across that western bridge. They didn't even look like they paused to scout.
I mean, when you know there's a team in and around Fairview, when you know there's a team or towards the military island, you're just gonna go, you know what? We gotta get away here fast. If we get stuck, and with all the teams that we were just mentioning coming from the east as well, if we get caught kind of cluster and going while everyone else is still looting, that's exactly what they've done. Same thing here. Question mark, sending full speed forward up towards the north. They know that they have the first pick. They might as well play murder.
This is the kid pick. QM doing their part. They liked how that game ended yesterday.
Too bad for them.
Be a go and join 2-2 split going on. Look, maybe a BBL MHND that's a couple just off there and make their way in. Look at this, USG. Oh no! Every time I catch a game is the one. Down my stuff. Shots coming through from Gustav will get him down to about half HP, but won't get the round to try to make it effects.
It was more knew he had attack coming through already, so might as well see if he can get one. Maybe unfortunately, Vex there to assist Gustav, keeping him alive. In the meantime, now BBL only compound thus far. Then the last try. It's called compound for a reason because a lot of circles to go and you have a great controlling your eye. That area terrible.
You can see Smash and Marco starting to try to make their way over there, but you can see 17 just shooting at areas where God might 4v4 God compound. It is Ian Powers. That's a Petrichor with G just off west as well as 17 outside. Nobody looking too terribly interested. You called it earlier. Power United making that long wrap around from.
I mean, perfectly the handful of they used to all lose out of the coach, and that's just teams do have time there. And Polish Power, while they did now actually get
United taking their time. They're filling the spot out. See, Mark, I think they basically just knocked on the door, on out.
We are not interested. Yeah, we're gonna leave. And
no real.
I mean, I get the idea that they go down there though, because if we go the GX off of actually during the game, really, really nice. Multi scout actually the compound was for sure. You know, maybe it's the same case as yesterday, but let's go.
My captain show is running a mute.
And people giving me a hard time for saying that the S is the best team on the game. Are you gonna go on the mute and whack it now because you're captain?
Honestly, 17 is using it. It must be probably one of the better guns in the game that we never really knew about. Crazy. Waikikamook and the wildcard boys had no idea what they were going to do. Adam will get flushed out. Cow now will try not to, but he's going to go down to Lulu always. And all of a sudden, wild again one.
They were sat patiently here and paid off, trying to get away, run and just like that. Wildcard made a tough one. Was caught massively by surprise on that one. They run each other. That's the first example of it right there.
rough set there for as they will go out from actually in their present known by well, so the team might be or should be aware. The team just underneath them on that western or on that southeastern side as well. Come through. Donuts. No push came from it, and it looks like just happy neighbors for the time being.
Exactly. You can't really make a push up that hillside, especially not when the other people playing. Then even if you do any of those southern side compounds, that is you invite opposing teams into trying to fight. I think they will them to leave where it's too taken.
Where indeed.
And they're in.
There we go. Okay. Well, that's kind of shifted again on this. It's pretty much all playable. The back quarry still involved. Most of our teams actually all those compound where USBL were queuing up.
You see the teams early on. The reason they do this is because they're aware of what like no one's gonna have the time or the focus in the compound to look towards the east right now. Issue becomes now the Polish power is right next to the Mike slip there, ready to get behind the car. Come through, Marceling is gonna be the one to find him though. These players are so Eagles and now Ming is gonna be complete forward and open goes man. Return, Cabby finds one more.
Absolutely. Getting involved in this, trying to get some points for them to survive for now, but AZ is going to retreat over to the sniper tower as 17 show looks like he's starting to make it over here. I think that show, I'm not sure. I see S.
Yeah. This was a nose out, full speed forward. I mean, when the moves have gone on the they bring much. Fortunately for them, oh no, we're going to be
indeed. Shiva has that micro E in it. That is a very strange. He's in as well. Shiva just kind of hanging out. Just Kano knocked very low. Looks like EL finally decided to do this.
So fortunate. Oh, that's out of this one. BBL lives with the skip for them to get those kills. Don't do that. Like now, naturally. Oh, well. You know, just doing the real Genji thing. So we'll get on the side to not be able to get oral. It's all for grabs right.
I mean, circles quite a bit west to east. 17 there with the Polish power of BBL. So there's their phase needs to regroup like
ding. All again, now they're going to be running straight to Poland. Team Poland here, Nate some down. So actually,
then the loss look gonna flick and see is over 2 up. Oh, but it's a treat.
Two out of the worst one, and now they get in and by trying to imagine that they're going to be
through and Phil first go down.
Already on a Genji low.
One more Q in will pushing forward off to the north where Expandables and United still holding court a little bit, but looks like should be able to survive a little bit. And look at that, gonna get some luck. The hard shift from the east back over to the west. Toby,
this is a full-on ping pong game of circles.
This is brutal.
Very, very center position, and for TMA taking away game in here. I think as much enjoy being a circle right now, they have got to play the entire 360 non-stop. Because once one team pushes up to that hill control, there are going to be more teams coming, and they better be ready for them being center right now. I don't even see them finishing top 5 in this game because maintaining control of this hill practically with this around.
Put up, they were holding just about everything on that eastern side. Immediately getting into the vehicles, starting to where CMA already on the move. They heard coming. Lulu always made at hand. Elects to put it back, and it's going to be yuppie.
They're on sinking on that hillside, and all they got is duct tape to try. They're going to be sprinting back and forth. They go, no, off our hill. No, this is our hill. No, this is our hill. They're going to be running around to try and force these players up. The event will come. I'm worried, but let's see now if they can deal with that's what they're going to have.
Skills ready for the veteran squad team. And Canaxi will go down. 112 finds him through the smoke. Meanwhile, Gen G from that side, they're going to crash onto Trades compound, essentially take the spot that QM was just holding. FaZe will regroup at this red brick house. They should be actually fairly safe here.
Yeah, great read from FaZe fans, seeing that it's a split from Tyloo, forcing Tongs out and away from that. Now have real estate inside circle. Now shots being fired from behind as well. Edie, single player left alive for Bury Ram. So take me away gaming. I mean, successful in fending them off. The issue is now Tyloo. Now FaZe is coming, and as I said before, they're gonna get smothered by the amount of teams on piece of the high ground.
Indeed they are. Edie has the grenade in hand. Send it right into the smoke, and it might be a little bit short, but that's going to be Tyloo's shot. It's actually going to get me through the smoke with the SLR 17 from way off on the north side, landing shots.
They're being fought like they're fighting the entire rest of the lobby right now over this position. I think they're starting to realize it too. Tyloo wanting to push up again. They know the FaZe is out towards the east. They do, they can be completely pinned inside the compound. So I'm looking at this from Tyloo. Vex on the meantime, pushes forward, finds the final.
Looking really strong right now on that northeastern side. They have a lot of room to work with. Haas will go down. They got 777. It looks like they should be able to get that, I believe. And meanwhile, TMA, they do down to 3, have that center circle, and they'll get the circle pop as well. As we've hard shifted. So we might as well hard shift down to the south this time.
I feel like we need a northern hard shift next.
Every single one.
Yep. That's one easy peasy. Lewis down with his back turned. That's going to be the first one to fall. Expendables quick. But Lewis falling out. Luminosity needing to make their way around the east side of this one again. They know in front of them they were up to take the fight to question mark earlier. They've hurt people. They want to make sure they have no threats coming in from above before they take the fight down there. So smart sign of Luminosity.
Like a little driving accident there. Yep. That one. Some of the Expendables down. Just United will take a few shots from TMA. I like this. Lost one. They knew they were getting pushed from everywhere, but they managed to regroup, and they are moving as a death right now. 9 kills in the bag already. They are climbing at least. Here as we check in with Ninja 2K. Can he survive a little bit longer?
A little bit longer. He's one team of placement points, so maybe that he's gonna. I don't know if have the name do hammer finished with. Oh, 7 gaming. Not Ninja. The center coming out full speed forward vehicles, and obviously you
on his feet. Looks like he healed up as well, so they're back to full strength. But 17 had to leave that confidence to him, but United has his high ground. They're just waiting to strike for the first member of 17 to reveal himself. Show is going to be the one that's it. And combination of him and Flood will get it, but then Grenade from Little Ghost is going to find Snakers. Immediate trade now is seen. Right into United.
I'm baffled by how 17 got all the way around them. They how too much pressure being applied from FaZe. Now the shots are coming through. Coming through United as well. Kickstart all that time for Team Those, man. Wants them to Mike. And that's going to be 17 out in 9th kickstart. It's in a battle that I thought was sure to go against him.
It was a full 4v4 kickstart, the last one to survive. And they all go down, and Ninja will get spun out by Purdy, so he was right on the footsteps. Now taking, they're drawing the aggro from FaZe. Looks like a little bit of a trade behind, but FaZe definitely keyed in here. Yeah, look at the TMA LJ thing on the north side. Real wonky.
The fact they game still alive, and with this many players, I mean, they've been able to touch and weave so phenomenally well, even though now I'd say that is the game played by Take Me Away teams, if not all.
I mean, there were teams that really tried to think Tyloo. They missed them. He really hasn't had to put with much pressure other than that Murray.
Well, I mean, while the pressure, while the players haven't necessarily about this pressure, while I just might have found all of them being under like face to face, I understand now while they're starting to turtle down a little.
Well, like him is kind of shifted through phases, points there, and now we got to the spot where taking that dip is a small.
Yeah, we can recently have as much room as much hill room now is because players not want to go down and Persia the hard way. No, slip barely helmet left up, but he's a lot kicking.
See that Luke well like taking fight from everywhere. Kickstart, not a fight. He's got 6 to his name.
These things take you now. Push forward, great time for ain't done fighting yet either.
Kickstart from the side is getting involved. He's not found an angle.
I mean, so smart in all times. Space almost like an quarter north. Just as I mentioned it here, and well, seen it. It's seen it too.
Southern side looks like Nurin's flash there, just kind of for the time being. Tyloo and TMA though, this is the fight. Immediate 2 knocks and flushes as well. Lulu, last player up for taking me away. Kills for them so far. Nurin's though is gonna find an angle on Tyloo.
This one right. I mean, he's going up to 3 and 3 to he's got 0 minutes left, no throwables. Kills his name, regardless of what happens from here. That is a game and a half, though.
Pulling together here, want to deal with his raid boss as quickly and efficiently as possible. So, as he goes down, what an effort!
What an effort indeed. All the performance coming through now. Tyloo, knowing that the snake in the grass has been dealt with, the giant in the grass, I should say, that has been taken out. We now find ourselves in a 4v4 for the win of game number 2. Daytrade versus Tyloo.
Games in APAC. Probably, I guess you could almost say the argument the APAC Daytrade, as they've collected championships this year. Can they collect their first win here at PGC? See the odds there. Tyloo Daytrade extremely efficient once into the game.
They've gotten to the 2 very different, we're kind of sitting tight for teams to them. Tyloo more proactive and pushing, forcing cheap herding to each other so that they could third party. Where Daytrade, they've just kind of back teams and dealt with every threat that came their way. Now, that's one important keep songs at bay. Because if you get all angle backs that when they're looking the other way, going to trouble, still have to make out.
What's more important than Long's place is a lot here. He's got to make sure if he goes down, that opens up a lot of them here for Daytrade. Wrapping on Tyloo, but Tom has from Jia Yang. Just listening for those footsteps, waiting to start CC 108 on that northern side. Around Nurin's creep over there for Daytrade.
Stay put. Issue is there are only so many players. Now we see it's the line they do find him. Okay, in the end he goes down. Xiaoyang.
And a really beautiful stuff from Belmont and Flash. They knew that the guy close. They knew that the close could be covering for him. So they on their own here. The smoke clouds bloom.
CC goes back off though. Hell's Nathan forward. Just coming through Flash. Smart in using the crate for cover. Stay. CC backs off. More utility picked up. Trying to see if they comes through. Spots one more and it's just CC left 5.
From Bell on away. APAC champions get their first here at PGC.
And what way to do it? It's so incredibly impossible to put that hillside. You know
they're going to be there. You know they're going to know what off the hilltop, and that's exactly what they did.
I mean, it's a fantastic terrain around it. There's for the containment essentially, and immediately back-to-back knock open the door in dramatic fashion.
And it was perfect count. 3 rounds or so. They flank back to try and contain the other. Absolutely perfect. Now let's back over to the desk. The break game number 2.
They trade, get themselves the 3 from a push up very strong. Really not allowing Apple here in this 4v4.
Honestly, so well executed with them. The opening fashion, 1-2 punch combo there, so well played. But this game had to be kicked. Oh my God! That was just
definitely across these 2 days, easily the best solo play. No problem.
Lewis tried to go and, but then eventually got in between. They took revenge and took them, 3 of them. And that was just absolutely the third time taking a few there and then.
What's he doing? I can't believe it. But that was, what a performance. Coming definitely MVP worthy. Let's go back to for a moment because again, let's break down what we saw in these final moments against Tyler. And quite honestly, against Tyler, they pretty much dismantled them.
There was literally just to perfect execution of how to make sure that you're kind of clearing your edges, taking further closest teams to you. And honestly, the way that I guess onto the cattle and then everybody had to fight uphill is just perfect. I love that.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the highlights from this game, and nobody wanted to hear me and Avenger in the back being like, Cat Hill, meow, 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 like for about 5 minutes after we saw it perfectly centered. But there you go. As we had quite a few occurrences going down. TMA being able to try and hold down central positions towards the end, but it wasn't too big. I think you mentioned the potential crunch now then was just too hard.
When you're in the how much utility you try to edge, take me away. And watch your center. Yeah, you're gonna get some good some points, but you're never gonna be able to. 15 game, come good. And you're both not stop.
Stop. He just did not stop. It's fair to say. When it comes to a play like that, brilliant stuff from, and it just never ends.
I gotta say the way Tyloo tried to kind of encroach onto him a few times. I actually love that. They're here in the side and managed to get it spot. Flash and Earns off
backstage. Will be game number 2 today with
Louis. See how much they tried. 19 they're able to throw towards TMA and the
day trade as well. Quite conservative use of you.
Quite a lot.
Did they?
Yeah, they did, but they weren't able to do that much round. You like they had. And then again. Yeah, really love what we here. We saw kind of pushing in. The face attempt to kind of unite. So they can figure. I would have loved to see how would it end
themselves to the later.
Roughly, always third party fight when you know the team they're weak fight and you know the Kickstarters do minimum players. The timing was great, but with Tyler pushing, taking position, and then starting to bang towards him as well, and then taking a lot of tails, taking away and united, but it's tough day trade.
And then Kickstarter to go safe in this game.
Yeah, it's honestly some of the most play I've seen for very, very long time. Not this year, but years ahead of all.
You can see well in United from game individual working so hard.
And the scary thing with this is these guys, the confidence just snowball into the next game. So they're gonna be super confident.
High and then move on. Day trade will be able to get the chicken dinner as we have Flash being able to put in a lot of work. In general, not too much damage pumped here and there, and I think it's symptomatic. Then move on high ground. A lot of teams on high ground.
No, and you also be kind of the last team, right? At the very end, you have to doing two or otherwise you're in a take away situation where you're going to be backfilled and somebody's keeping your old position.
32 points for United. But one as they off the back move up to 22 points. We are only 2 deep though here, so still a lot to play for the day.
Genji, BL, mark 1 piece of 7, but early days, 2 small game only.
Yeah, 2 games only for Erangel. We'll have 1 more grassy pastures in Erangel, but we are going to go to a short break, and when we return, that Erangel is on the way for you here at BC.
Hey, what's up? Bayside's here. I'm the last one standing. Yo, my name is Maxi. Yo, my name is...
Hey guys, fast on the now looking for overpickers.
Uphill. But look who's coming! Maxi! This is Sunday! This is Fame!
This is Face Sunday!
We have some special trip prepared for you guys around Dubai.
Yeah.
Yep, we're ready. Let's go, boys. This is gonna be cool. Where is it? I just wonder what's gonna happen now. Yo! Look there.
I see it's certain.
Raptor. That's a long car. That's a big one. That's the place where I said, is it for us?
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is not really limo effect.
Hey. I mean, compared to home, this is nice.
It is very warm.
Yeah, because it's all like actually more humid than I thought it would be. Right? I guess we're by the water. Makes sense.
Hey, ever put you guys became champions? Like, celebrate?
No, what? We're champions. No, they never put us in a limo.
Put us in the plane. It's like the oldest player now. Probably us. Us three.
So do we all.
I barely know the Asian players' ages at all, though, but now I started to feel old. We are here.
Yeah.
98. And long life. We had 3 boomers and a boy. My hair turned grey when I started playing PUBG.
Okay, I'm fine.
So what are the 4 players from 2019 doing in a limo in Dubai?
Question.
No.
No, yüzden bir
Those platforms are always the most exciting.
Love us. We are here just because of the fans.
We hate each other.
Why this guy? Oh, wait.
I'm doing like here.
First, no. What is it? There, boys.
How are you?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tournament do we need maybe? Is this like more like?
Looks like a spaceship.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like it's old. It's sad that it's old.
There's only 63 of them we make, and all of them are different color.
Not the same color.
Do not find this color.
It's cool.
anywhere else.
That's how you want to. This one is fast one, right? Or no?
No. Yeah.
I just like all.
Here, the most.
I think I would take this one.
I mean, all of them too. Yeah. What's the one that
Carbon fiber.
Lamborghini.
Yeah.
It's not over. Our tour is not over. We have a special surprise for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I will give you 2 cards.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. This is the Ferrari Vito. This is one of them. It is 3.9 liter and it has 711 horsepower on it. Ooh, it's pretty strong car. I will give you as a surprise is the Lamborghini Huracan Month and 604 horsepower. Definitely will enjoy that.
That's cool. You will feel it.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Okay. How do I do this?
Press it
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, man.
To make it more fun, you know.
Whatever you're allowed to do.
So how they go from
Really good. Really cool car.
That's nice, right?
That was cool. Nice experience.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good
Hello.
afternoon. How are you?
Good, good.
Slow.
As fast as you can.
Welcome.
Yeah, I just bought this yesterday. Food was good.
Yeah, the bread is always.
Did you enjoy your ride, though?
Guys, remember 2019? Phase 1?
Started phase 1.
Yeah.
That was a bump ride.
Getting ready to get into game number 3. Tell me I know very excited. Those boys seem to be riding in those cars. They be getting a Corolla. Man.
I feel like we missed out on a pretty cool game. Like
Must
that's,
be.
I've been pretty good with car promotions lately. I feel like maybe it's my turn to get into some cool cars. Yeah, maybe.
I think you're right. I think I would love to see someone trying to fit into one of those supercars.
That's a whole other thing.
See, that's the it's gonna have to be convertible, right? Drop the top on that. It's like, well, you got 2 games in the books, and from such that respect, Ian has been obviously made big game that game.
And in that, I mean, game 2, it was all on Kickstarter. He made that happen all by himself.
Absolutely filthy. Sorry. To give a lead, they know how to with that lead. They know more points.
Now we're up and into game 3, and we talked about it coming into the previous one, and I love how much time we and talked about the North Jaws, Hub Drops, angles, and they don't have any of them because this playing hard Easter. Not Tyloo and Polish power go for this playing path. I would be in. It's just not a George Paul Day
driving if they're gonna do it. So
it would be a good race. Maybe give them some of those and Ferraris to get there fast.
Sick, dude. See, as soon as he hit the accelerator, he's holding that phone up. He's sinking to the back of the seat. He's like, okay,
the adrenaline.
That's what I want to be. Yeah. Number 2 for that.
Oh
so
yeah, definitely.
Make sure you guys stick around and for the break because we will see how that all plays out.
They have been all around. I don't know different kinds of content. Definitely, a break is not something you miss out on because it's
Sounds good.
that is convenient driving that you let your car kind of roll in next to you and you get off it too.
Oh.
Now, southeastern circle, west, second time around, up to north, so a little bit of everything on one here.
Love it. I love it. get up there to stall. He gets up there to Yasnaya. And LG
He actually
feeling
tagged
pretty good there. Those many shots. I mean, it's funny. You talk to a lot of these guys. Obviously, we've got a lot of vets, right? That have played many lands in their past, but every single time we get those couple guys that really played on it before, and you just see their faces just light up whenever they start doing peak battles with me and stuff like that. They're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
The amount of individual skill on this server is absolutely insane. Here we see some highlights from the previous game, how Day Trade came by the win, and as we said during the game too, it was a pretty quiet beginning, but then they slowly, patiently start clearing out everything outside the compound once they leave, and then they push up the hillside. I mean, they just seemed absolutely unbeatable. The fact they take the 44 and win without any activities, that is very impressive.
Tough.
Wait, Sia doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
now
this is still, you're kind of running.
I don't know if you heard that in the back, but someone who was very good stuff.
He's still up, but I mean, kind of there from face. Ambition, a better word for it, getting all the way to Tyloo territory.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, Tyloo and FaZe have been, well, they've been fighting over some of these compounds in scrims and well, I guess Ghost now knows where the boundary ends, because that sure seems to be Sia territory.
Indeed it does. Let's take a look at our kill top 5 from last game. Obviously, Kickstarter just popping off. TMA, so have a couple on there for their 10-kill performance. Checking in with Asura. Once again, Asura for Spear for Gen G. And, well, 11 plays so far, 6 points overall. He hadn't been the best day for Gen G, but hadn't been the worst either.
It's again, I mean, they're still playing I mean, we saw it in the previous matches, two very, very hard committed playstyle, which sometimes can be incredibly rewarding, especially when the circles go your way and you get to play this space away from. Because really, when you're playing Edge, you're just waiting for that one hard shift. Sure. That outwards full speed sent towards the center, or anyone else gets a chance to come. Because sometimes those hard shifts, even though we did have a lot of hard shifts in the previous game, sometimes they just never come your way. And that's why it's so incredibly dangerous to try and execute this play style, because you can have amazing games, but you can also completely zero out because you get hard shifted out of it. Now, well, Circle's pretty much right now.
In time is oh no, that's not what you need himself as well in that one, but how much damage has been done? The rest of Gen G, they're coming down here to see if they can maybe finish off what's left to Polish Power.
Out of the house, as Polish Power, what looked to be a clean one, now looking to be a very difficult position for them. Having felt that the comfortable, he has a chance to get away, but with still not see if they get it back up.
On this fight, there was another fight. It's just that western bridge. You can see BBL smash gets taken. Still alive, hasn't bled through. Not very, very low, but be able to get rest. But Onyx wants to go in.
No resin inside out, obviously with the nature. However, second one, but hey, both of them. Torn up. Gonna be a piece and fell up with the first nade thrown.
On those boys said it all. That is not ready to start this game here. Is check in with 17. They're a little bit bruised, battered. They have run into maybe USG Donuts as well.
I'll put it this way, because that is one of those where you know had it. I mean, a solo player can still have a fight, but you know you have that one on in. Then you make a mistake. You have to be able to completely clean slate it, because you know, reset, get ready for the next game. You cannot take over moments like this to games to come. For
and G with their 3 kills, they did lose Remba. Unfortunate. But they 3 for 1 on that one.
I was gonna say, if anything, this played out much better for Gen G than they initially hoped for.
Yeah.
But goes, guys, there's an entire team coming, and it goes, great, you're alone for 50 seconds. That's a dangerous situation. And then, of course, the unfortunate, but everything from there on out.
And so credit to Gen G for collapsing as quickly as they did.
Definitely.
And got most of those kills. Obviously, the fourth one going over to themselves. We're on with a few shots at the team.
But FaZe actually set up a bridge camp on Take Me Away. But team able to through there without any casualties. Shot at, I believe, 3 teams. Now the fourth is coming to play with the. They've actually to stay alive, which is pretty.
It looks like Take Me Away Gaming is going to say, okay, we they'll see a little bit farther up that coast. For the most part, everybody's inside the zone now, and just waiting to see where next is now. As you said, we last game, hard shifts, the order of the day, and not just hard shifts, but counter hard shifts. Hard west, hard south, and that's what makes it more difficult than anything. Guys.
The circle was magnetized to the edge of the previous one, that's for sure.
For sure.
And yeah, I mean, with everyone playing center, with Yesnaya being center, in this one, any hard shift we'd see now would be, atrocious for any player that is anywhere near Yesnaya. Because, I mean, look at what we've got to work with, right? You've got Stalba up towards the north. No one likes playing up Stalba. Out to the west, we got south, talking massive wheels, and then towards the east. You'd actually. In an area like this, when you're saying east of Yesnaya is the best possible circle, that's when you know you don't have a whole lot to take and choose from.
Yeah, it ain't great. Ain't great. Well, let's see where it decides to go now. Just quick reminder, BBL, we saw down to 2. They did lose 2 early towards over there by that Western Bridge to a bridge camp. So BBL now down to 2. Let's see where the circle decides to take us. And we are cutting over to 50-50 circle. So splitting it in half.
This is spicy because keep in mind he was out there. The next one does not have to shift away from water either.
No,
while they cannot center up on the water, it can still very much keep water in play. So now I have to make the gamble. I like what 17 is doing and trying to take control of both sides. Set up a sort of rotation opportunity for when the circle is pretty much guaranteed or telling us where it's gonna go. But for now, you gotta flip that coin.
Yeah. Hey man, this. I'll tell you, this circle just straight up sucks. Like, it is not fun to play because you have to put all your chips in. Well, unless you're 17 and you can find a way to split on both sides, but you got to basically make that decision for and for the hard shift to go your way. Now, a lot of these teams on the side already have that hard good splits going. Luminosity, Petrichor Road outside of being gate slightly by Tyler, TMA side on Stalber. So teams going north and teams going south.
And I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? Because the Warriors, if anything, we might say 55% yes, 55% northwest, but it is center, and practically impossible to predict at this point. Again, limited how much they can split with 2 alive. They try to maintain now. It's just rotation fiesta, and come next circle, it's going to be a very, very big chance that unless if we hard shift straight up, we're pretty much going to be guaranteed where the circle following the next one. A lot of teams with full committing to compounds, knowing this is cable.
Into that, the Expendables have a big split going on in the field right now. As Ducky's by himself in this circle, I'm going to go on to it. He's going to get in there and get out of there nicely like him.
Were they chasing him?
I think they are. They sent it Buggy, and they thought Buggy wide open. Let's try to. He's not going to go down without a fight. Oh, he almost got him.
This is again, you're Buggy. You want to get the kills. They actually drive past, or at least in the MEA compound, get up over the hillside, get the kill. They get now. They return back. that paid off immensely.
You see Ninja 2K from Luminosity as well as they
It's been pulled up by 8 players. They have some meta.
decide to go. There it is.
Sorry.
About the but bloody chaos descriptor, so it's gonna be bad.
It is absolutely terrible. We said it coming into it. You have 3 bridges you can cross, or you know PS9 that you've got to work with. Remember, next one has to wait for the not going up would be where the station to the west held to not running.
Bad little spot here for BBL. As you can see there, 17 taking Petrichor Road. They lose 1 trying to escape. And I like actually 2. Man, left might not be so longer. It shows like shot from back as they. I mean, meanwhile, FaZe day trade all on the side here trying to fight. On
Need to try and see if I can beat him too, but now an entire team behind is going to be so damn difficult. Next to FK, not going to allow it to happen. Right, 5th frame. They play it slow. Now they're
immediately getting that knock on a cheesecake, and the rescue well. Phil first will find Dante going to be the one to find 2 down now. Hold on, Dante will find next to the last one up. Easy peasy lemon squeeze.
Caesar exists. Question nets themselves kills towards the north and the west side. We see the shoreline run. Ninjas tries to be from one tower to another. Can he make it?
Oh,
he's so damn close, and he's inside. So alive for now, but for how much longer?
He has one more bullet out there, even had him. But animals.
Station.
Okay, we're good. Tyloo coming in from that north side. They've got TMA just off to their west. Tongs is on his way into the zone. Now, wild card, United Luminosity, a very American eastern side of this circle.
Yeah.
As see the rest of Tyloo starting to make their way in for the blue.
I don't think Tongs initially wanted to be this far away from the rest of his teammates, but that flip-flop they were doing downside delayed their rotation. But now he's driving in circles. Guys, where are you? I got a spot, but I'm all alone. Fortunately, the team is coming.
Just a bit slowed them down as it looks like they'll be okay. I think actually Tongs
Unlucky too.
Yeah, I mean they've got a little bit of a deal that they can work with there if they want to. Tyloo just kind of taking their time with this one. The United now realizing that obviously the circle is just shifting hard away from them. They're going to have to push north through. Wild card still 4 strong. Wild as they're leaving the lead.
They want to scout forward. They know that they have taken away a team in this position, but they're not doing more to try and fortify Tongs' position. Because as you're saying, for both Wildcard and United are making their way in this direction, and the leader, Tyloo, makes a committed play towards the shack on that hilltop or the plateau. More trouble they're going to be in.
Yeah, Tyloo really taking their time with it, and like a few shots. Wildcard looks like Nico is the last trail man to come and join the rest of the squad inside the building. This is just barely on the edge of that circle. You see any map, but it should be strong enough to hold. United now their way in.
There's really not a whole lot of places to go.
Not great.
This is going to be a full commit. I mean, they knew there was only 2 players inside the gas station. But I think for now, just like know that you can go. I guess someone this way you want those vehicles for cover, but every little step of the time, can't stress this one. They just got to take the fights head to head.
Yeah, a lot of tough spots here. United being in 1, Luminosity starting to swim across the bridge. From Yaz, not a great spot for them either. They've got USG Donuts on their tails. They trade as well on that side. Tyloo finds shots through smoke. Not anything as the damage will come through, but the knock's not going to follow.
So much damage done. All of the United players forced down their knees to get healed back up, and now again play with the smokes, try and get closer, try to get an off-angle kickstart. Hero from the previous game strikes again as realize got a back off, they go away the shred. Issue is, Entropic doesn't really, sorry, Entropic, doesn't really have a lot of other places to go than there.
Job by United keeping everything door here to work with. Now USG having to make that cross already keeping of their own, but the problem for USG is day trade across the river has just free shots on all of this. They will eventually go down. I think it's down to just one donut left, and it's going to be Shiva hiding underneath the bridge.
Comes the United again. There's only so many places they can go, and the fort is ready on the side of Tai Lu. This is why they went early. This is why they tried to underneath to prevent this exact thing from happening. But Kickstarter is still alive, and there comes the first knock. We've seen what this man can do as alive, and he's not done yet. He will fall, but damage is already done.
A bad spot, a bad place for United to be in. And going down to Tai Lu, but Tai Lu immediately behind them as Wildcard finally to leave their compound. They're going to find themselves at Northern LG. It looked like they were in a terrible spot, and now they are fighting their way out of it.
Brawling their way up the shorelines, trying to falling just short of the staircase, so he's gonna fall. In the meantime now, rest of the Luminosity players in trouble as they're forced to make the run on forward. They will go out at 9. Code Marco now, solo player left alive, trying to fend off.
Dante already less than half health here. You can see 30 HP left. He will stop down. Looks like Code Marco will get taken care of, so he'll be able to reset here. Nobody really interested in pushing out onto this, although 17 starting to hop into vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta get the cars inside the circle, hoping that probably the next circle's gonna get inside. If they're smart on this one, they just go west. They go underneath the hill of question mark, especially now. As I say, they're actually lobbing east. Not sure exactly. Okay, they want to go up. They want to play the antenna, which I guess makes sense. They scouted it. They saw it was clear. Now they have to hold out wildcard. I thought they were going to set up below question mark maybe to kind of fend off against them, but nope, not the case. They're taking the fight to wildcard instead.
See, wildcard moving as death ball there on that eastern side. They're going to find a little ghost immediately at him. We'll get that knock, and that's going to put 17 on the back foot. Suju will have to come down here. Show just going to stay on that south side. Keep an eye on QM. So 17 not going to be full strength in this fight, as Waikagamukau will find the follow-up grenade, and Lil Ghost will
get the angle. Sherwood will go down. Sushi now from behind the tree. Applies out to the next one because it's just Sherwood. All the way out compound when they hear something.
Well, slow up.
No games now. We're able to pubg players and of course pubg 2018's 4.5 crazy. But yeah, of course, able to go into the Twitch a little bit greedy, eager. But yes, they managed to close it out. They were really ended up.
Here did balance the knife's edge to a degree. If no more second longer, could have been off normally.
That should have hit, and then without anybody third partying them because it was a very game here, but it's absolutely destroyed. I'll lay them in this situation.
Gets a 3-piece here, and for Polish power, for it really is a little bit landed. We take a look for this easy play.
One northern shift there. All in out of communications coming up. So many teams that had to move. It got super loud, and also question marks already up there. Obviously, they were able to take some good.
Day to play. Take me away is able to get the
one out. I think that this can be. It seems very on right question mark. Third. Good shot.
Crazy. That they were
15 more points. A lot of change.
Crazy as well.
You know, let Kafka drops and stuff. He's not tomorrow. The day after. Some fights.
Indeed, start take initiative group because it felt like it was
young players still.
Let's get
some rumors sorted out.
Might do it now. You know what? Because, I mean, when we're talking, I guess Ace has been a China show.
Yes.
Coming, I think, follow. So there is years we don't quite where it's really hard to maneuver around. Sure. And they came out victorious as well. Take the C part entrance. That is if you start rotating 3 of the 4 already doing.
Obviously, you look at phase 3, 30 plus. You know,
if
I 13 so you can move on to that winner's bracket. It's you know, no need to. You still got 10 more games to play even after the day. So no need to
be a little early. If they're already worried,
mostly for the fans. Right?
Oh yeah, every game, our team sucks.
I know. There's still plenty of time. Back again in 2 days. Game really, really nicely.
Between when they're that well better prepared. So on anything but being and so it's just an amazing atmosphere. Being how much live and breathe PUBG.
Yeah, compared to the old days of MC where
we don't talk. We don't talk.
That was this is like night and day here. Well, I'm here. Not with Polish.
What is on the other side? If they're not hitting theirs, they will fall out in real estate. The issue is that sometimes, well,
so they do end up losing Marcel, but kind of helping out a little bit from Rain. You know, it ain't a great day. It's definitely all salvageable here as they'll make their way through this one. Marcelic.
The entirety. Good. That's him. No, he is the ground because that's on.
But you look at the way he's like, I want to just sit here and flush this kill. I want this damn point so bad. But if I stay here, they're gonna come and they're gonna knock me, and I'm gonna go down. And I just
the way they're right now, Tyloo, like they cannot risk sitting up like that. Interesting, and it's brought it up in regional rotations. This is the third game in a row where Patrick run into one another. This is your bravery, because may never be near there, but you need to get out, you need to get to the rest. all within a half. Good for Thomas. Confirmed. Point comes wrong.
It was going to happen. 500 meters by a few.
I mean,
They're kindly to talk to him. So they're going to. He's got a little bit of a tough spot, and Cappy still has that in hand. No,
it's
he's
his
not going
nut.
to get another one.
It's his nut stealing the point. You're not stealing 2 PC points. Best DMR in the game.
You know,
No,
so
I can't even get away there. I could. Shoot. Head court at the side 17. Small, and yet again, 17 Gaming, the one's coming out. It's the better.
Scrapping early and often here. Now Long gonna get popped off. This little ghost. Goodness, so far here to just likes. This is just a basic some more shots at Naraja. You're seeing some of these teams that are on that right side of the leaderboard say, well, we made opponents here.
I mean, it's you have a circle. A lot of teams got Forsaken Valley running from Elsaha down through the side of the junkyard. And once you find yourself there early game, if a team stops to fight you there early game, like we saw just now, it just becomes a pool of third parties, and it is absolutely you just have to try and fight your way out. And this is an interesting battle. The fleet from Minas out. I don't know, like the lay of the land. Very
long range more than Buram actually shooting whack. So wildcard, a little bit pinched here, but I mean, again, it's long range stuff, so it shouldn't be too terrible.
I'm curious as to like whether or not. Well, that kind of answers my question. But whether or not they were going to try and see if they could grab under that, but that just did not happen. And no, yeah, they got well again, very slow playing edge. Very good fighting when it all comes down to it.
Phase still here north of Valhalla. Have that high ground, have that mountain taken over by Peru on that western side, but Phase this little split here. Really, they just had
it's been first of all some absolute insane through. Yeah. It's not been easy. Then this game like there's been like they have to happen on day one. You would much rather have it in day one day of your grand final. Like, find big.
Check back in with QM.
Not even on the minimap.
You know what? They really Polish power might be in a little bit. So just on that minimap, Wild get a pretty free path to this.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for programs to try and play contain when you have an opportunity to play for the south. I mean, again, the hot areas scouts further forward. Your program up on that north side hill. Need all not shift northeast. Your prioritize not wild, but they sure yourself hurt.
The tip there on the east. Looking over in that direction. Will pop, and it's going to go down to the south. Still holds Impala. A-Trade has that dead spot. He's looking real nice as well.
That we have
should
come next whole every expendables and Day-Trade. We have the only 2 compounds in what most likely will be the next circle. Now, they're them now. They see them, but shit remains on. And
the way they need to. Grunio will. Grunio and up. Only one
might be for them. Another 10 follows. Far from over.
Lots and lots of time here. Petrichor, not any of us expected to be on that right side of the board. We begin with a little bit of the on that side. Now try to the wrong time.
7 has lived the shadow of force. I mean, not force, but I want to take all these what I consider tournaments now. They have nothing to worry about.
They sure don't. It is so far 25 points in 4th place overall. For a little ghost.
Level 3. Fortunately, Snake has found the hard way. Kicks that down as well. Suju. The rest is coming through. Able to do so successfully as well. Down to 27 now as he tries. They're not going to do anything.
Just hold up the roll just a little bit too much. Rello will go back up to full strength there. Just holding the line. 17. See
in underneath and now essentially make contain inside the circle is absolutely perfect. really left tight, far northern side. On the very edge of the circle, they want a piece of this action.
Boy, 17, they kind of at a disadvantage with Knox when they pulled up on everything handle down to just Flood. Gonna find a goes down.
Yeah, thing skills up to best.
Not great. Now running to Brom. Randra push this full strength. Pretty the ball. Back and forth. He's gonna try to make immediately traded back though as LG 2 versus Edie.
Nice angle there from Luke jumping out the door. Ryder's not protected by Luke still. Yet now Cole with a flash. It will go through. Definitely.
Though, and that thing is based up here as well. I think they heard the gunshots. The rest of it and start toward this.
Like they're simply like know the firm has to come to you. But this is on the side of Luminosity because they know the more teams are going to be looking this way. They need to a compound that's not viable.
Or road USG Americano, the last one up here. Survive a little bit. Can take them a little while though. We still have up on that south side with BBL.
I mean they've been rapping. Now they come here playing it slow. Only one on the team so far. I've catched the way that Gen G does it. Damn it. But this fight determined. Met by a firing squad from Luminosity.
With the triple peak they're involved. Now Gustav and Diggory just sending the flags. Not engaging directly here. Just kind of getting people. Look at Americano still.
Well, they know that there's still someone on there. Good for them that they're giving a second to also deal with the snakes, so they don't have to worry about that. And now they can take after Ty Luke from behind.
They went away from Ty Luke wild card before going down himself. Off by Purdy Curdy. Luke 12 though. Down to just Luke 12 as the blue encroaching. I don't even know if he can.
The side he wants, so everything that he can get here. Solo player left alive with limited points up to fight for. Main player of Luminosity is over here somewhere, and he definitely. Ty Luke coming out of the gate today with much more aggression than I was expecting.
In the blue and Phil for out to escape though. They did not him get Luke 12 still alive.
And with week of the North, we won't have so much to worry about. So,
on the side, BBL can avoid the LOS or shot at G had an angle on this, and it looks like Lulu's going to find it.
Lulu play on the southern side. Now Lulu occupied elsewhere, taking down a return. And now, I mean, this circle ride with the time towards the east. It's actually Yuppie. Take me away. They're playing the exact same game they played on the flip side. It's Miramon. It's
the longer today. You can see there just earning it. Left 3 up for them. Have ways to go to get inside this next circle and got their way. BBL, meanwhile, on this ridge lines have kept them alive here as they turn their attention to keep looking over towards into
I like the fact that BBL builds on this one. They know that Take Me Away game is team shooting. They know they have to make a move either towards day trade or towards expect once they do take the fight to wild.
Make a flash is going to find Yuppie. Go down. How high the last one upgrade. Gotta be careful with this danger man here. Pushus goes down back TMA, and he has the garage to himself for the time as Flash looking in that direction. I think Luke 12. So many and he's going to find Flash. No way.
As free as they come. Flash thought he was even holding that angle. Not quite the case. Actually pushing out of the own left and push up and third party on the hillside above them. That is a 900 odds. Just have sat tied. And if they time this, they both expect setting up themselves for a win because there's no way in hell the team with the one compound in play to leave it to try and third party. They just overextend it.
Well, tries to make a push onto the day. The spray comes through the tree. He doesn't miss a ball.
You could maybe but put it on himself and he'll get to flame up to make sure that compound down below is going to have no Achilles heel. He has successfully wiped out the competition.
Meanwhile, Luke 12 does day trade on that south side towards the Expendables, but it looks like Ducky is 7-7. Their plates are full, their tummies are full. They're going to go ahead and go back to the hard cover where Levi is holding court as he sees one run shot. That will do it for Ty Lue.
More free than that. You hear the footsteps, you peek out and see someone looking the other way. That is very convenient. Greg is running low on ammo, but with the ammo, he last bullet in the M4. Soon, but Norrens is here, has the angle, and it's going to be Greg out.
Holding that eastern edge, and now the Expendables start to pull in. They see Belmont flashbang that does him in. 777 giving another one as he is just collecting dog tags across this map, and he find Norrens as well. He goes 777 will that, but wildcard, this is a bad spot for them to be in, Toby.
Not bad at it. With Expendables pushing back down the hillside. There's still somewhat of a threat, but again, I mean, for Expendables, they've done all they needed. They've made way more space up above. Now they're sitting in a good position down below. Issue is, I'm seeing 1-8 on Adam. Could be
make his way a bit closer. Expendables are ducked down. He's got Nikos with the high ground above him, giving some cover. And the mark. Well, but just straight down. Remember, though, Norrens still alive here for day trade.
So, that's the angle up above. Adam with the fadeaway. I'm not even sure as he would expect it, but able to pull it off. Yep. Again, buy more time. Allow for yourself to push the hope. Maybe soon Norrens will become a factor in this.
Absolute support coming in from Nikos. Nice little spray there on the Levi's. Falls off, will fall. Adam, another flashbang in hand. Mike hits himself barely 777.
Off. Now, Adam again. The first one, 7-7, and finds the second as well. And just like that, both of them down. Norrens knows it's a 1v1. Keeping track of the shots through both sides. Taking 1 HP. 1 HP for Norrens. Gets the flush on 1. He's going to have to get to the reel here.
Oh my goodness, 777 has been an absolute beast in this game. Norrens all up damage so far. 776, he saw that helmet. He's making sure keep track of him. He'd love to be able to get that last kill. Go ahead, get that point as well. It is a full straight up 1v1 laying around the smokes now, Toby.
Yeah. There you go, around this side, perfect. Oh. 7-17. The author of the story. The way they take on that well win. 1.
7. Know his name before, you damn know it now. What a performance from him in that final game there, as he is just the cutest, most destructive force we've seen in quite some time.
Talk about the Apex Force.
Let's see.
They absolutely on Group A or Group B, they are looking strong.
Man, you know who's happy about this.
Yeah, there's someone being very proud to be able to represent this region here on the this, but oh my lord, what game. First one on Miramar, and it is a first desk, and see what they had to say about game number 4. Across the board, but anything but game 2. Why we have
voice stated so well. APAC coming here to dominate
performance here. As we game for the say
looking amazing here. So that scene still is crucial towards lane game. Able to force this off, but he kind of sweep around or get on.
Getting themselves towards top here. Skill
over for wild play on this situation, but such
high ground.
Yeah.
Ain't no.
Not even was wild
low there, so that is it. And 8 they got far. It was a get into further in the
when they're out of processing.
Oh, yep. Yes, it's gonna still between all of these. Shake the group.
You're looking fantastic, dominated. And a lot of big names are missing there. They're on the bottom half at the moment.
Every region is representing really strongly already in one fight or another. Final game of the group B. Oh, this is gonna be really nice. Lomo 2. That's not. Pushing up. Push. You might just to the next bit. Up it. He's going to Black Girl on. One more. End of this circle. Still remain. Did he really I can lose their style. And they're like the
Improvements to the folded shield, some adjustments for vehicles, and a collab with one of the best footballers. All this and more as we dive into the Update 20.2 patch report. First up, the folded shield is getting a few changes based on community feedback. The inventory reduced, durability increased for both guns and grenades, and it now installs in half the time. You'll also find it a bit harder to run over than before, with a vehicle now needing to be going at least 10 kilometers per hour, instead of the 1 kilometer per hour it was before. In addition, the shield can now be placed back into your inventory and deployment finishes. Let us know what you think about these requested changes. Vehicles and are getting a slight adjustment. Some spawning more, easy to Dacias and Aaron. To contrast, we've lowered the amount of boats, buggies, and aqua rails on. And speaking of maps, this update's rotation will now include Erangel, Tego, and Destin for all regions. Regions with map select enabled will also have the option of Sanaa, while regions without will instead drop into Karakin. As usual, rotation will remain in Erangel, Miramar, and Tego. This update also features collaboration with best players. For a limited time, you can pick up several Neymar-themed items in the store. Gear up and score big. The number of multi-care packages on Tega, some MMR adjustments, normal games, new workshop skins. Be sure to check out the patch notes for full details. Update 20.2 is here. Pack up the Dacia and go catch a ball. See you on the battlefields.
Welcome back, everyone, to the PUBG Global Championship 2022 group stage. I'm Toby, joined by Pro1. We've got one more game left to play today, and if one thing's for sure, we said it coming into today. Yesterday, the teams looked tough. They were out there to win it. I feel like the storyline for today is teams are taking matters into their own hands. When everything is against them, they found ways to come out victorious. Oh my lord, did 777 pull off magic in that previous one?
Individual performance. Kick start in a first game, then 7-7 this time around. TMA has been putting on a show as well. It's crowded at the top, but most importantly, that 8th place cut line is still well within reach for everybody.
Nothing is determined, that is for sure. Final of the day, kicking off as we speak. We head on over to Miramar. Imagine, I could only imagine, Paul, that we're going to there were a few kills in your game, there were fights for vehicles.
One thing, I know you've heard it, because I don't know if the fans at home get to hear it, but there's been quite a few kills, these early fights happen, and there's yells and screaming going on behind us. These guys are back at land, Toby, and they love it.
And they're enjoying it. A better way to finish it off than Island. That would be the crown jewel.
Why do you gotta do this?
Because I never
Why?
I'm never that lucky. And I feel like it's zero ping, and when it's our luck, it's them. They buy.
That ain't luck, man. It's awful.
It's that's what I'm saying. Then everything is that game, right? Well, 7-7 last round. Keep it. Actually, now that it comes to think, 7 was the team player in the game, even is and one goes with Luminati. So that's the secret recipe to getting those wins.
That's the way to start off, right? There you go. We get the classic
Glasionis ending.
I haven't.
You wish we had.
This so many times, but but the it cuts south, it cuts east, if it cuts north, it's 3 entirely different games. So, and then there's always that possibility, Toby, that just go right on top of the city.
Really always is. taking a look at the lead from the previous match, of course, 777 up there in the top. I mean, it's all for their push out. I saw it when it happened. Away Gaming and Day Trade were fighting on the southern side. You can't even fall BBL for it. Because no one in their right mind would ever dare. When you have center only hard cover in the entire server, let's go up and fight these guys.
And they only sent 2.
They didn't even full commit.
They didn't.
Well, 7 put up set on the desk as well. 1 M4 spray and good play is all it took to literally end in seconds.
Good stuff, and it's what we're here for PDR, man. Every single time, it's these individual performances that come out of nowhere that, you know, when everything's on the line, the win there, guys step up. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to watch.
And the greatest thing is,
what's that?
This might not even be the play of the tournament.
Oh,
we're 2 days
into it.
We're 2 days, a 3-week plus tournament.
Yeah, it's 777.
We're gonna be playing every day with phenomenal PUBG.
Look, yeah, it's a Kickstarter. Yeah, James did yesterday. I mean, there's been a and like you said, it's only gonna get better.
I know it's November, but Christmas came very close to Dubai because it's really a treat to be witnessing us play at this level, play with so much courage and bravery to go out and take some of these fights that no one would ever do. There's no lander, there's no, oh no, what if we're not good enough? Everyone here are here for the crown. And honestly, we're seeing it right now, everybody of that crown. Of course, they want to be determined. 2 weeks from now, fortunately, up until that point,
Want to be the ace, Toby.
they want to
Be the ace.
Get
Take
the crown.
Get the crown.
Yeah.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Well, there you go. Wildcard there, Puerto Rico. Great game for them last game around as well. Kind of having things go their way a little bit. They've had a decent day so far. Again, look at the leaderboard. Everything's so close. Everything's so tight. So 1 game left to set nicely for the next day.
I mean, like where the desk said it was top. I mean, if you look at 45
bit,
down
yeah.
to it, yeah, I know teams aren't tied per se, fair enough, but as you say, I mean, you're sitting in 10th and you're 1 great game away from first. I don't know. Heavy to me.
Well, you can argue with them about it. I'm not.
You know what? I will. That's my entire.
I can't argue with James.
You should try it sometime.
Funniest man in PUBG.
Funniest man in PUBG, according to his designated twin on the analyst.
Just ask him. Anyway, check it with PBL as they're getting a little close to Petrichor Road there in those buses, like they'll just be ships passing in the night. And a little eastern side where they trade to the south phase off to the west as well as Luminosity. Just on a little close to UM.
Of course, I mean, Luminosity, the team that loots Lasionis in this lobby, they've pushed further to the southeast. They want to play the concepts. Makes perfect sense given the play of and now first encounter with question mark issue being they did not get the knock that they would have
really get him and I think one round. So just gonna go ahead and spam those flashbangs off, and that's up the door for an escape. Expected to find it up there anyway. They were just going up there to do some scouting. Maybe saw. Meanwhile, he got throws in hand. He's going to find the shots. He's going to fight Marco. And now BBL down 1.
Some of these teams are fairly including. First encounter is someone just waiting to grab with a Groza. That is, I mean, that's when you know that the stars have aligned and the luck is full on against you.
Grass Grozas, man. Got to be on the lookout for the grass. Okay.
One more tech. Well,
there it is.
Groza completed.
And he said, you know what, I can finish my kills, sir. Give me that point. Day trade now immediately turns back around. They've got to get on out of the shoes nowhere really.
I mean, you can't fault Behemoth for lying prone in the grass. He was a rotation coming on through. Issue because he goes for the shots, and that's what really triggers the engagement, right? Just letting them drive on past, nothing would have happened. Wants to kill, sees a buggy driving on its own, who wouldn't go for that shot. You have the entire team to follow. That's where it gets spicy.
The 63 still left alive. You're now in the 7 on everybody in this first zone. Rather, the only team really still outside taking their seats with FaZe Clan, and they have a fairly actually I think Jenny is in a little bit of that map, but yeah, both sides. Jenny fairly clear paths into this next zone.
Just always take for granted that Gen G will be the last team to enter. I'm actually really liking. If we were to take a look at the map for a second, I'm actually really liking on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Not far outside the circle, but pretty decent, like a mile and a half outside the circle, waiting for teams to rotate south. They know Gen G is late. They know they lose like further northwest of them. They know that they're going to be coming their way. Fortunately for them, this time around, with the blue coming in phase now, starting to realize, you know what? Even if the blue comes here, and they are coming out.
But that's good. There's going to come a time where they.
I'll be like, after today's games, guys, no rotating south around, because we saw it in yesterday's games. They were ready for it, so we are not doing that. So I guess this phase had one chance to attempt it, and now, regardless of what happens, Gen G is going to be ready for it should they opt to make the southern rotation. They have had a find out.
Indeed, they have. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, friends, like he spotted just right in the way.
There's a game day. What's City going?
It's like I placed that.
I put that truck there just so you couldn't hit that shot, Norris. Alongside the remaining phase players, of course, again, Phase is a team that have always a pretty dangerous team to go up against, and I must admit that with the addition of Takeaway, they've become that much more dangerous. Now is some of the best that EMEA has drawn. Now, now the overall leaderboard as the circle takes us to bottom.
I mean, spot that it usually that does tend to favor.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's again usually do go whenever it cuts over this way. Nobody there. I mean, Wildcard has their pick of the list as to where they want to play this. You're going to have to clear it quick. On all sides, and they know it.
This is the players running for lunch, knowing there's going to be a line if they get late. We've seen that. We've seen it over the last couple of days. And now they're into the circle because there's only so fight with guns for the compound to be available down there.
LG making their way from those cliffs just off to the southwest of Los Leones. They have eyes on something. Ty Lu, I think just shooting out. They're just off to the north of them. Split, they can hold it.
Yep.
They're coming in. Well, actually lost them. He spotted just off the Eastbury realm. So a lot of teams getting real. Again, of this area, this part of the map lends it being right next to each other, and there's just no sight.
Yes, it's an amazing area of the map in the sense that a lot of play it. The host comes first, all customers like 5 teams matter out of 2 minutes.
Indeed, dominoes kind of fall.
Yep.
As one team will fight another team back, the third party that, and then the fourth party comes in, the fifth party weird Sanok, and that's just how it happens. 17. It's I think a decent day, but they haven't had the day a lot of us were.
I mean, they've been running into a on our screen. Good time to mention a lot of different teams and fought them early. Now with Petrico, they've in the most, if not pretty much all, engagements. The thing is that having spent time fighting some of these teams, that means they have not had a chance to rotate in. So even though they have good up to try and claim any of that early this time around as well, of course, with the half shift towards the southeast. Easy, but this time around again, now they're stuck on the edge. A team that usually plays.
And credit where it's due, man. United has been kind of the 17 today. They've been running into each other quite a bit, and United has been getting better.
Have been the tone in everyone's team.
Shots right there. Team Poro Fantasy Squad. Fantasy Squad.
I think they wish they could take the tractor right now, because that Bronco does not look to be in very cool. Petrichor, full speed forward they go again. A team that we, when we mentioned them, kind of consider one of the very best of the region. It's been a tough journey today, but again, it's only 4 games in half, and now they're still centering between where we are right now and taking away gaming. It is very barren. Yes, they are hits, but you can't utilize them yet. You cannot utilize them as long as those compounds are still in play. So all that is center right now is you proning in a dip. These circles will go your way. In the middle right now.
Oh, you sure can. QM taking the valley. Unfortunately, don't that option. Shots from Day Trade sent on him, and we'll get that before it can be stolen away. So point back Buriram as the bad rotation continues here for BBL. I mean, there's just not really much else they can do.
There really is. You got to go somewhere. They don't want to get quarterback out of all of those rotations coming through, so they had to make a play. Yes, they lose one, but again, had they stayed with them, smart that they tried to have underneath. Fence is one that's a doozy fall into the ground. So again, teams try to make space, try to make something happen in areas where there really isn't a whole lot to play with.
Oh, this is just brutal stuff here. He needs to kind of move around. As Paro 4D, they just the timing. He would pull in just as all of Gen G is pulling out.
I think it was also Petrichor hearing a card. 15 minutes in, we're not supposed to fight before phase 6.
It may be. I mean, that kind of is outside the circle, so he was going to. It could have been Petrichor Road just trying to send it. So that's.
They continue.
Yeah.
And now all of fortunately, shot and missed compound, and the house is inside the well for now. Mission accomplished.
My home at home compound.
Does it walls all the way around the house?
No.
Not a
well, it's got a fence. A fenced-in backyard. That counts.
Is it fenced all the way around?
Yeah.
Then technically, your house is a compound.
There you go. All right. 17. Ian might lose a little bit, pushing right into Donuts, and she was going to spot him out in the middle of that wide field. Oh no!
Donuts so
shots
though. The champions of running around the blue. It's come to bite them a few times. This time around, it's working in their favor. They find the first 2, and there's just nothing you can do if you show us Sushu here to kind of counter that. Down instantly, circle up we go. And again, as I said before, tricky areas. Now, southern side of the road being out, you will be able to start play the very south of the new circle, but not the up to leave. There, particularly playable.
That group stage B matches 1 through 4 kill leader, the Expendables.
Curious as to how many teams, how many people have 777 on their fantasy teams.
I mean, look, I thought that going to surprise a lot of people, but the Expendables were not on the top of my list. Nope. They are just in here and proving everybody wrong here today. Check in with Gen G, trying to make their way on the south side of this circle. It looks like Tai Lu may be found of USG Donuts, and Gen G, they'll survive for the time being.
We know Vietnam is strong. We know them play phenomenally at Nations Cup, but again, this says in the world, no, doubted them, and they have proven that they are not to be doubted.
Right there. Show will find the knock on, but that immediately rest, and now United 4 strong at the north side of the circle. Let's see if they can maybe bookend this day with a couple of what they're looking for here. But the south side, Toby, this is everything is coming to a head. They were put on the kind of back end here with the loss of Kevin. Code Marco as well, but Buriram down to just Cheese King in a very, very hurt. Canaxi, okay, he'll get the heal.
This was the powder kick that we were talking about just before. One rotation coming through, the entire set of circles starts lighting on fire. They trade out of this one in 15th. You can only imagine that either be or soon to follow.
They trade very, very early, sitting in second place overall. Was definitely been the day of APAC as Canaxi will find a nice there. Smash will get one back though, and he will go down. Cheese King has time to get that on the Canaxi. BBL has been taken care of.
Vehicle explosion. How much damage will that block? All of it. Apparently. Tyke Slips managed to stay alive. They as well. Now the West blend, and only so many teams will come out victorious here. Just a set. Left alive again. A troublesome day for Petrichor, but they're running fight into fight into fight. Now in this rotation, they ran straight into the open arms of Facelane, who now themselves are in trouble with Wildcard nearby.
Luminosity still have a couple there. Halo gonna take some blue damage as he got, I think, just kind of caught in the middle of a push, and he's gonna find him. The grenade is Luminosity picking up some nice points there. Petrichor, you can see it on their faces. This is not the day they were looking for.
Not at all. Expendables trying to make the run on down the hill. Push power nearby. They have question mark. They're waiting for them as they make it down towards them. Gretchen does find Gustav, so that's now
That's actually huge because the Halo collapsed. Top car gonna stay all together, and Halo is able to get across the road, get back to the LG boys. They have to way in, but look at Gen G completely spread here. They've got an Onyx just to the north, direct well. Everybody, Toby still has not hasn't included by any means.
And then time soon either 777. The hero of previous game finds Hobbit instantly met from return. Have a Birdman player alive on the other side of the road. Look at the names coming in from all different angles. Dog is hearing and seeing those names. Worry about does fall. Oh! That car bounce in the flush on the final few and question mark are out.
Who are these guys? The Expendables, just out of nowhere, have come in today, and they have wanted to prove a point, and by God, yes, so they get back up to full strength. See if they can get into this next circle. Polish Power looking over in that direction. LG, Wildcard, kind of combining here onto Gen G. Is Gen G's going to lose Rem?
Nice proactiveness from Luminosity, moving up towards Expendables, making pushing down towards him, and now saying, great, if they're not pushing, we can take the fight to Gen G. Now they're coming back down in this direction.
Well, Penta going to get spotted out by a great shot as well. See, I mean, they're kind of pulled in two different directions. Halo going to have to go get that vehicle, but they spotted out the Expendable shot through for Purdy Curdy. Land a little bit of damage, force them to pull back. Shooting from else kind of keep them in this thing right now.
One hand, Lewis tanking through, and Lewis goes down through. They're all going to be dying through if they don't start moving real soon. Halo the flush on one, Halo finds second. Will he find the third? At least for around 777 in return. One more in favor of the Expendables.
7-7 down to Onyx as TE has just been taking every single. They want all the kill points. 6 so far in the back. Last one up. He has managed to find his way into the zone. Purdy Curdy still has not. He is kind of still, you can't see him on your screen. He's just to the south here of NG. But TE, once again, strong. They have that. They're the only team in circle.
They've been playing
right now
all day long. So it's only fair that they get themselves a center compound at one point. Tight Polish Power again, cannot forget about them either. It's been a quiet game for them. And watching, listening, all the action happening on the southern side.
The United still out as well. Looks like they're going to be able to pick themselves up. Crate and Onyx gets knocked. Wildcard near him are points get taken out, so that's going to be LG out in 8th place. Back down 7 kills now for cooking here.
No follow-up from will be the push on forward, and it might be of Wildcard as they come forward. The first gets the flush of the second. All that's left alive now for Wildcard.
Ilu just beautiful timing from them. As June's getting his way out of the blue. He's going to find one of Polish Power. Smart select. So Nikos is going to get another one, though.
Yeah.
Another point picked up for Wildcard 9. Back to turn his attention back over towards Hailu. They are wrapping around it with a little bit outside of themselves, but they're
Taking place for Wildcard, followed by a third, and now is finished, but with plenty of kills to boot, they were well satisfied. 3 today coming into the next game now.
going from Americas here. Nikos does get it out. Zhao Yang going to go down. And that's going to eat a little bit of a molly there. I'm not even sure.
That's all good.
You know what?
Well,
exactly.
Cinematic tonight. No, I do not believe that was intentional. With the way they
don't believe either. Well, we are down to our top teams. Of strength. I only
yeah. I lost one, but one's gods favor them. I kind of just wanted to center up, just so no one knew.
Let's pull the out of that heart.
As long as the hill is up, there you go. As long as the hill isn't in play towards the northwest, you can actually utilize the field down. It's going to go one of two ways. United's going to fend off against take gaming. Game either going to fight United down below. Polish Power is going to be forced, and then Vic the Southern.
It's bad. It's there's everybody's from a perspective. Something out. Polish Power already towards that way gaming has to make their way at some point. And yeah, I mean, this is just the worst case scenario.
Can I get death of the mess?
Toe side power is here everywhere. United boys.
As bad as it looks, will not
coverage. Rain power now just Marcel into the right ball.
Who's 80 yards down to the nice and valid attempt. Not being they free, but could be the fix to commit. Take off.
Shot. Favorite is they find the knock. I think I'm worried that is do it to take those blue angle. They are just across a lane.
And that is what that was smoke. The rest of the support them done. And now we're looking at two particular to give
so far go through. This is real one, but immediately goes trade. Start at angle. He's coming through. He's down, but doesn't the angle. He's going to fire. United one with two
to finish off the day. We haven't heard the last kick out for but you have and they have proven exactly how damn they played with their backs against one. They came out victorious.
It's a fantastic performance from each side. As you say, take me away late game. They have found a little club, obviously. That was brutal. Is where because I mean,